Hello, and welcome to a short bonus episode of Artversations, a meditative conversation about the artistic process. Except this won't be a conversation between two artists. You just get me, Bri, like the cheese. It is 10:53 p.m. on Sunday, June 9th, and here we are, unedited. We are celebrating 100 episodes of the podcast. Wow. Let's just marinate in that thought for a second. From dancers, actors, musicians, photographers, filmmakers, designers, writers, multimedia artists, a gazillion hyphenated mega-disciplinary you will do anything that's needed artists, each episode has brought a unique quality because of the guests. Major shout out to the featured artists that have shaped half of this podcast. Thank you. The other half is you, listener. This community has reached a milestone because of you, and I am endlessly grateful. Whether you've been a part of this podcast community since day one, when it was just a YouTube series in 2018, or whether you've just clicked on the show last week, thank you. Especially the small group of you who always tune in. I see you. Thank you. I started this podcast out of a craving to find out what an artistic practice could be, should be, and everywhere in between. I believe in discussions about art as a means to move us forward in our progress as an artistic community, and in our path as a society of people who engage with art. Art is human. In the words of Canadian author Sheila Heti, what do humans go to art for but to locate within themselves that inward turning eye, which breathes significance into all of existence? If there's anything I wish for this podcast to give you, listener, it is inspiration. In the fire that burns your artistic practice, I wish to insert a small coal of light to keep that warmth alive. A mentor of mine once expressed the thought that the art is already inside of you. Your task is to simply control its exit from your body so it can be shared with others. And we're going to fuck up. It is inevitable that a choice will be made and it will be the wrong choice. So much so that it'll make us awaken an embarrassing or cringy feeling inside our bodies. How can we nurture those neurons and proceed forward? Where can we fail with conviction and do it without holding back? There's a clear light guiding us out of the maze, though. We have the support of each other. So keep creating, fellow artists. If you are a consumer of art, an art enthusiast, a witness rather than a creator, I wish to give you background information about your favorite artists, the stories behind why they do what they do, more context on the expressions, the visuals, the movements, the rhythms, and other forms of art that touch your soul. As you sit in the metaphorical witness chair, you'll see me pass to you a small cue card of bullet points before or after the art takes shape, and we'll share in the joy together. Now, 100 episodes is a lot. In all transparency, I don't really have a concrete plan to end the podcast anytime soon. As long as there are listeners, I will continue to produce episodes. Moving forward, I am working on better audio equipment, better recording space, securing funds to be able to hire a team of audio engineers, researchers, marketing people, and a well-rounded creation of guest artists. It can only grow from here. In the next 100 episodes, who do you want to hear from? Which artists, Toronto-based or not, have I missed? What topics or questions entice you about those artists? Send the podcast a DM on Instagram at artversationspod, or email the podcast with your suggestions. artversationspodcast@gmail.com. That's artversationspodcast@gmail.com. I will read any thoughts or comments. Coming up, I've got an exciting collaboration for the next few episodes with longtime friends of the show, Frog and Hand, so keep an ear out for that. Until then, this is Bri, extending gratitude for this milestone of a century. Thank you so much for being a part of the Artversation.